Constructing is cheaper when you get good people. How much do you need for you to construct a 3-bedroom house? So subscribe to this channel, follow this video until the end so that we can do this mathematics together as we calculate the estimation cost of constructing a 3-bedroom house depending on different aspects. So stay tuned, watch this video until the end. So many people, they are asking about the cost of constructing a 3-bedroom house, a good one and elegant, with elegant finishing. Generally, how to construct the cost of constructing a 3-bedroom house until it's finished, all inclusive, everything inclusive. So to get the exact amount of constructing such a house, let's say like this one that I'll put here, to get the exact amount, it's not that easy, because people, they are in different places. So somebody in Kitui, somebody in Western, somebody in Eldoret, somebody in Nakuru will ask, how much can a 3-bedroom house cost? And you cannot give an exact amount of money or exact amount of the labor or the number of materials, because there are some things that you should look before you calculate the estimation cost of a house. So the cost of constructing a 3-bedroom house may depend. In some cases, the cost can be 1 million and above, and in some cases the cost can go up to 10 million. It depends on what you want, it depends on wherever you are, it depends on so many aspects. The material that you want to use, let's, for example, you want to use zero joint walls, external walls, you want to use zero joint external walls. The cost of constructing a zero joint wall cannot be compared to a machine cut stones, cannot be compared to a machine cut stones wall. So it depends on what you want. Constructing a 3-bedroom house, for example, in rural areas may differ with constructing the same house in urban areas. Some materials in rural areas may be cheaper and some materials may be expensive in the same rural areas. For example, when you want to use machine cut stones, they are at a higher price in the rural areas, but when it comes to urban, they are at a lower prices. But same to cement and same to iron sheets. But when you come to labor, the labor in the rural areas is cheaper than in urban areas. So those are some of the aspects that determines the cost of constructing a house. Another thing that determines construction of a house is the finishing that you want, the material that you will use when you are doing the finishing. They are also crucial aspects when it comes to construction. So when we come to finishing, some people may want to use like wall masters, some may want to use the normal paint, some have built the house using, let's say, zero joint with the designs. When you use designs, the cost goes higher. Then we come to roofing. When your roof is more complicated, the more the amount you'll use to make the complicated roof. So to determine the cost of constructing, you must sit down with your developer or with your contractor and do the mathematics well. You want to construct a 3-bedroom house like this one. when you come to this house, the foundation, when you are in a red soil area or in a rocky soil area, the foundation cannot take up to, the foundation can take 500,000 or less. But when you are in cotton soil areas, the foundation can take even up to 1 million. So to determine the cost of this construction, and let's say we say that this house may cost 3.5 million, it cannot be. It will depend on wherever you are or whatever you want. So generally, when you want to construct a house and you don't have that much, you can do simple things, simple but good things with the money that you have. But for me, I can say when you have 1 million or more, you can get something. A 3-bedroom house, you can get something 1 million or more, but it depends on where you are. In urban areas, 1 million cannot do it. When you are in urban areas, 1 million cannot build a 3-bedroom house. But when you are in rural areas, 1 million can build a 3-bedroom house, because in rural areas there are some people have already, they have materials in their homes. For example, timber. When it comes to roofing, timber is the timber and mabati. They are the ones that take a lot of money when it comes to roofing. So people in rural areas, they have their own trees, they can make their own timbers, and that is cheaper compared to Nairobi, where you buy timbers. Then in rural areas, you can decide to use mud to construct the walls, semi-permanent house. Then you do the plastering, you put chain link or wire mesh, then you do the plastering. That can cost less than 1 million. So if you want a 3-bedroom house, it depends on what you want, wherever you are. There are so many aspects that we look before we come up with the amount that you will need to construct a 3-bedroom house or a certain house. Another thing that may determine the cost of construction or may alter the cost of constructing a 3-bedroom house is the design and the space. Some people like spacious rooms and some don't, and some people like designs, interior design. They design too much in their interior. So these designs and spacious rooms, they alter the cost of constructing, or rather they make the difference. They make big difference when it comes to calculating the cost of constructing. All these designs, all spacious rooms, those rooms that are not spacious. Some people like flat roofs, some people like hidden roofs, some people like pitched roof, some people like corners designs, some people like gutters, some don't, some they prefer the normal gutters. So there are so many things when it comes to construction. So if you want to construct and you have your design, you have pictured the design of your house, that how you want your house to look like, then you can contact me, or you can contact an architecture so that he can draw it for you. Then you can discuss before you start construction. So for me, I can connect you with my architecture and my engineer. We design for you the plan, the structure, the structural designs, and we can construct for you. whichever design that you want, wherever you are, we can come and we can do the construction. So determining the construction of a house may depend with what you want. So if you have some questions about the cost of constructing a 3-bedroom house, a 2-bedroom house, or any house, you can comment down below so that we can communicate. You give me your design or you give me your plan, I can estimate with whatever you want. We can discuss together, and if you are ready, we can construct for you, or you can look for another person to construct for you. Yeah, so make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Comment any question that you have concerning the cost of constructing a house. Just comment down below. I'll be answering your questions one by one. Then when you are commenting, just say the location where you are and what you want. If it's a 3-bedroom house, a 2-bedroom house, a 4-bedroom house, just comment where you are, the place that you are, the place that you want the house to be built. Then if you have a plan, you can give me. If you don't have a plan, you can give me the idea that you want. I can connect you with an architecture. Then we do it for you, and everything will be good. Yeah, constructing is not easy and it's not cheap. It's not expensive and it's not cheap. It depends on what you have, where you are, many things. But constructing is easier when you get the good people. Constructing is very cheap when you get good people. Take that to the bank.